Yeah, hi guys, thank you for coming to this video, thank you for clicking. So I'm going to get really quick into what this video is going to be about. It's more of a follow along, and the main thing I want you guys to understand is this technique that I've perfected whilst trying to build quite complex cards and interactions in Framer. So number one is going to be showing you like how I go through step by step. Number two is going to be this thing I'm talking to you about, right? The technique, and it's literally about mobile optimization. So try to think how you're going to go from a desktop to a mobile optimization in terms of the cards and of the logic behind, right? That's the most important thing, the logic behind. So spend some time to try to realize what kind of images, what kind of placements, where they're going to go. And then in the video, you're going to see me along making several variations, building them up, and then going from idea to final product. Now, not everything what I'm doing is actually perfect because I've learned along the way. So I've simplified the process by today. But you can see that if you don't think of the logic ahead, you can run into some of the challenges I did. And in general, I think a very good video to look at and to master Framer. This technique is going to last you forever in whatever software, whatever design tool you're using. So please leave a comment down below if you found this helpful, and subscribe to the channel, and also ring that notification bell, and get going. Hello, nation of fusioners. You might hear a sound, and that's a gecko companion I've got here in the night. Yeah, he or she is amazing at pissing me off sometimes, but he's getting quiet maybe. And let me get back into where I am right now. This is basically the stage wherein I've got the cards almost done. Of course, I'm doing the cards for the phone because I need to make the pixels a bit smaller. So here it's actually pretty easy. All I do is I rename them, of course. So I put let's rename. So let's put this H from hover state, phone consulting. I am very particular to make sure the C is also large. So yeah, and then I basically try to look one by one. Let me make this a bit easier to understand. Let's also rename this. This is H phone design. Perfect. So now, yeah, I'm caring about this to be similar size to that. So I look, this is 340, 440, honestly, about the same. 340, actually smaller, right? Because, no, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. So 340, 440, it's going to be messed a little bit. Yeah, but then this should be 400. So then I open, and we can look. This is not 300, and this definitely wasn't 400. But now it's starting to get there, and the border card here was, let's have just like that. Border card 300, 400, 300, 400, and then content 19%, right? So if I look here and if I look here, the content 19%, fantastic. So if I put it now low, what's different? What's different? So the image, okay, let's open this up. This was 345. This is not like that, right? So we should make it smaller till it reaches 345. And this one was 301, so we do this one 301. Okay, and this one was 360, and this one was 167, so we can definitely make that smaller. And you can see immediately once that's done, we have had this completed, and that's fabulous. So this is how we have one of the cards done for the services, and I'll continue now to actually do for the phone and also for the tiny version. So whilst the topic of updates and where I am, this is a bit laggy, I'm sorry about that. It's just because it's loading the spline, code and the design. This is where I am currently with the progress of what I was in Hostinger and then how I've got here. And I'm going to show you at one point, a tutorial, maybe step by step, on like what are the things that we should have knew before I started doing this, especially the differences between Hostinger and this when you move, amongst many other platforms. I tried to think in how Hostinger was and build it here, and that was the wrong way to go about it. So now I know. So yeah, let's show you. So I'll actually show you by just going to the web page, because that's just easier. So I've got my chill lo-fi mix there. I'll close it for now, and this is the website. I'll just do a quick update. The banner on top still needs to be updated, and maybe the book meeting, I'm not sure if I like it. I'll want something more, but this one you can play with it. This is quite fun.
Maybe I should give a hint that you can play with this thing. And then you go down and you've got the design and you've got the consulting. This is, kind of what you can choose. And then I need to make this clickable, of course. And here you've got the reviews, which is loading pretty nicely. And I've got the brands. And as I go up, the reviews come back up and these come back up as well. A couple of pages still need to be done, but on the us page, I've added so far this part here with the robot. I don't know if it's cool or if it's not cool. But it's supposed to mean that, we're more in the team. Of course, I need to fix some parts, but this is the progress so far, and I definitely need to improve the banner on top so that it's more smoothly changing, and maybe make it sticky as well, and add projects down the line. So cool, very cool, I think.
Hey. Hey guys, now you can hear me. So how did I call you? Fusioners, hello. So yeah, I'm almost finished, honestly, and I think it's a good progress. And I just wanted to show you that, getting from one thing to another is not easy. And learning Framer, when I fully learned Hostinger, was not easiest because I also wanted to implement. And here you can see the cards I've made for 2 web pages, right, in different ones. So this is from the top, very simple, primary for desktop and then activated. And then for one phone version and then for a tiny phone version. And just recently I've seen, I believe, can't remember, but he's super big on Instagram. He's got the super fast videos and he's cool. And he mentioned, you can start from iPhone SE, and I truly recommend that as well, to design. It's easier to design from bottom to top than top to bottom. Then here is where we go into the services for the services page. So, I've got the home page, wherein I've got the normal ones, and then you've got from desktop to tablet to phone and tiny phone and even large desktop. And I've got one that's only for services, for people to open up and to see more. So if I go, these are all my assets, these are all my components, and not all of them are as crazy as the others. Like some are just very simple like this, super cool. And I plan to find a way to maybe minimize and group. Now I've got them by action, by avatar, by content, by sections, footer and stuff like that. At one point, I'll make an even better system of how to create these components. And I was at cards services. So here you can see, at least that's the way I found out to be, creating this form of component and menus to have, this is when you hover over, and this is when you press and it stays activated, and then you got options. And I still need to do, when you scroll over, how do they look like? Because this is when they're selected. Yes, this is when they're selected. So for each one, there is some content. Enough talking, let me just show you in action. So yes, this is the toggle bar, this is the actual website, and let's reload it. And just to let you know, not working perfectly, but this is just the services page, loading left and right, the animations, and then you select design, and you've got AI, you've got app, you've got web, you've got product. I believe that if I wanted, to use the full space of the bottom here, so like all of this area, then I would have had to create a master component, or maybe from the components I created, I'll create a master component that will integrate the different variables. But for now, you can deactivate this and reactivate this, or activate both. I think that's pretty cool in itself. And here you can also see the update I've done lastly, just to make the writing, to stand out a little bit. And hopefully this will be quite cool and will offer people more information, and Google will offer you the SEO that's needed. I kind of also want to show you that practice actually makes perfect. And in here, let me make it clearer. I am working on modifying this active consulting. So you can see its frame motion is where everything is controlled. I should have made this from the beginning a stack, because now it's a pain in the ass, wherein I have to increase the height because the text doesn't fit if I want to divide it, right? And then let's say I'm like here and I want to divide it where I've got points, and I have got 3 areas, 1 and then 2. Perfect, but now you see how it curves up. So now what do stupid me has to do? I have to look, okay, what's this stack? 33, that's fine. What's this stack? And then go down and see, do I even have enough? No. So double the stupid, because what do I need to do now? Remove from the writing or increase all of them even more than 620, but that means re-increasing this again, which is not fun. That's not fun. So lesson, always, but always use stacks, even when you don't think, because down the line, they might come in handy. Fusioners, I think we fused here even more lessons. If anything became clear, is that it's painful not to, you really go through the logic ahead. And this is what I'm going to do for every future client. Even if it takes more time and it seems stupid to the client at the beginning, I'm like, hey, how do you want this to look? Because the logic that goes into all of this is mind-blowing. I mean, just look at the connections that I am making here between, and this is simple, right? You know, in Figma, when you design, it might be even more crazy just to show a prototype. But in here, what I need to do now, right, with all of this complex assignment is if I would have taught the logic even more, but sometimes it's fine in experiment. But when I do the thought experiment in my head, now knowing the platform as well, I will be, okay, so what's possible? What do I know? Where am I going to find something? Like, do I spend time to look online, how to solve something ahead of it happening? Most often the case will be yes, right? Because logic. Now I need to do a variant, right? And I'll move to the side for you to understand. And then I need to remove all of the interactions because this is an invariant. And that was called SP consulting. And let's put this phone, and this is, right? This is self-explanatory, right? Phone SP consulting. So now I have to design down. Why? Because although, you know, desktop is great, desktop large and desktop is great. Tablet, okay, maybe I can put middle, and then maybe I can put a gap of, let's say, 48, and it looks okay, right? But what about phone? Looks awful. Looks awful. And what if I do here, let's say, even stack as well? You see, awful. What if I put fit content? No. Fill. Yes, but not perfect, right? So this is one big lesson, is design low and go high, rather than design high and go low, and think logic before, so that when you create components like I did here, you can make them grouped and maybe with a lot less interactions, and then modifications, you know, that you have to go through. So this has been really, really valuable. I'm so thankful I took on this project. Thank you guys for watching it. Hopefully you've got the technique and everything made sense. You can replay a couple of times to get a hold of what I'm actually doing if you want to recreate. Watch the next videos that's going to suggest. They'll go deeper into other aspects of Framer or of finance and business. I'm trying to make this channel for you guys. Let me know with a comment down below what you want to improve. Of course, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.